Well, good morning. I'm not really known for, doing this live video thing, but I'm really drawn to do this morning because of a very unique historical moment that is taking place with something that has to do with our rich cultural heritage in Benin, the cradle of black civilization, the eye-opener to the black world, and of course, the home of culture in Nigeria, West Africa, Africa, and the world. Now, I am particularly impressed. I have it on very good authority that our artifacts, that was one of our artifacts, over 3,000 pieces, 3 to 4,000 pieces that were looted back in 1897 following the infamous invasion of the Benin Empire. Some call it the Great Benin Massacre, but I tend to believe that it was an act of invasion, following the antecedents of the film made by our brother, Ambassador Lancelot Oduwari, in Masson, of which we were also part of. I want to say that that was an invasion. But again, we're talking about the return of one of the artifacts, which has been corrupted to be called Okukor. Let's start from what it is really called. It is not Okukor. It is called, from the Benin Empire, from the Benin language and the Benin people, it is called Okhokho. And if you want to look at this particular one, we call it Okboru, which is a male chicken. So if you want to look at it from that way, so it's not really Okukor as you have it in widespread all over the place on social media and the world news. But this morning I was really drawn to an interview conducted by Justin Webb of BBC Radio 4 London with Sonita Alleyne, who incidentally is a Master of Jesus College, Cambridge, one of the great persons working on the return of this artwork. Justin, in his interview, because I was on the road, I had to come back and put this together and correct this and really express how I felt about hearing and listening to that interview. That Justin, you got it really wrong. There's not a right way to go about conducting such interview. With due respect to you and your profession as a broadcaster, a renowned broadcaster, I felt really disappointed that you were erroneously querying the return of the artifacts of that piece of artwork and making comparisons, and bringing some undertones to that interview that you conducted. I really would like to hear that interview again because it was a live broadcast. Now, I'll quickly say to you that, for over 100 years, the Benin people, whose palace were plundered, pillaged, and our artifacts looted, over 3,000 pieces were looted and carted away as spoils of war that the British melted on the Great Benin Empire back then, and the deposition of our king from Benin to Calabar. Today, we feel really bad about it. And in the 21st century, I did not expect that you will be, conducting interview in that light to castigate or to sort of query the return of this artifact. This is just one of so many. So I must give credence to Sonita Alleyne, Master of Jesus College in Cambridge, for working assiduously, with the Benin people, the royal court of Benin, the Oba of Benin, Monobane Doko Akbolokbolo Oba Eware II, Ogidigan, the government of Edo State, His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki, the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, and of course Professor Abba Tijani, who is Director of National Commission for Museum and Monuments of Nigeria, all working with the authorities of Cambridge University, Master of Jesus College in Cambridge, now to return these artifacts. So it's high time it be returned. Restitution has to take place. Not just this, there's so many. I've been to the British Museum. In my capacity as a Edo State Cultural Ambassador to the United Kingdom, I have been there with loads of people of our heritage to see the number of artworks and bronze works on display. has been so for so many years. Okay, I understand, according to record, you have about 900 pieces of artifacts inside the British Museum, and Germany poised to return 1,130. And of course, you know, across other many museums around the world, it's high time they be returned. So you shouldn't be sitting there in the studio, okay, and casting aspersion or conducting some sort of interview, sort of castigating or querying the return of our own artifact. These are not just ornaments. They're not just decorative materials, items. These are a history of a people that were carted away over 100 years ago in 1897. So there's so much more that can be said. But I just want to put this very straight, that your interview this morning with Sonita Alleyne was really not in line. So if for nothing else, you should join the campaign for the return of those artworks, those bronze works, back to your original owner in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. And of course, if UNESCO wants to be fair in all of this, they should also be mandating nations all around the world, museums all around the world, where these artifacts are stored away. Individuals. We had Dr. Mark Walker back in 2014 returned 2 of our artworks back to us in Benin, to the Palace of the Oba of Benin. All right? This was a time where we had a chance. We were shooting the movie Invasion 1897. Go to YouTube and watch it. Invasion 1897 was filmed by Ambassador Lancelot Oduwa Emaswe, a celebrated Nollywood filmmaker. Okay? To tell for the very first time, tell the story from our own perspective, what actually happened, about this invasion, and of course, not a massacre, but an invasion. We were provoked to anger. A lot of things can be said about that. It can be interpreted in different ways and different manners. But take it from me, at this time and age, in the 21st century, you should be talking about not just return, not just restitution, but also compensation. I believe that would follow as a matter of time, because the time for all of that to happen is just about now. And thank you again one more time to the Master of Jesus College in Cambridge for working to have this actualized. And of course, as a thank you to Dr. Mark Walker, who I've returned 2 already. I understand the first one I was returned was about 1936. And there are many more scattered all around museums in the world. So they have to be returned. Long live the King of Benin. Abonobanedo Atokbe. He said, thank you, the Edo State government. Thank you, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. And thank you, the Honorable Minister Lai Mohammed. And of course, the Director of National Commission for Museum and Monument, Alhaji Abba Tijani. I am Joseph Agam Sol, reporting for Edo World Television here in London. Thank you.